Good morning, Taiwan, and thank you for sharing your day with us. I am Louisa Lee. 早安，你好，欢迎收看 Louisa 报报，每天给你最新最有趣的新闻。Russian Prime Minister Vladimir Putin has been greeted by Chinese Premier Wen Jiabao in a welcome ceremony following his arrival in Beijing yesterday for a two-day visit to China. This marks his first foreign trip after announcing his bid to reclaim Russian presidency next March. Putin is also expected to meet with Chinese leaders, including President Hu Jintao, during his brief stay, with the talks mainly focused on the natural gas deal that's worth $1 trillion. 俄罗斯总理 Vladimir Putin 昨天抵达北京，并与中国总理温家宝会面。这次的拜访主要是谈两国的经济合作，包括天然气的协议。
A welcome ceremony in Beijing for the Russian Prime Minister Vladimir Putin. Putin is meeting with his Chinese counterpart, Premier Wen Jiabao, for talks aimed at deepening the relationship between the two countries. A major sticking point will be negotiations over a huge gas deal that has still not been finalised despite years of wrangling. At a news conference, a Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman said he hoped the countries could continue to cooperate.
China and Russia are friendly neighbors and strategic partners. Both sides have made progress in cooperations in various areas in recent years. We believe through Prime Minister Putin's visit this time, the China-Russia Strategic Cooperative Partnership will achieve a new level.
Despite protestations of brotherly goodwill between Beijing and Moscow, the relationship is held back by mutual distrust that lingers from the Cold War era. But the two giant neighbours have recently found common ground in opposing what they see as excessive meddling on the international stage by the US and its allies. Prime Minister Putin is due to meet Chinese President Hu Jintao on Wednesday.
And now turning to the latest regarding the recent riot in Egypt. According to an official, Egypt's finance minister, Hassan Bablawi, has since submitted his resignation to show his disapproval against the government's handling of the weekend protests, which left 26 dead and over 200 wounded. The resignation will be the first by a senior government official in the wake of the deadly clashes in Cairo last Sunday. 埃及暴动造成26人死亡，而埃及的副总理为了表示他对政府处理暴动的方式不满，请辞下台。And now it's time to fill you in with the latest celebrity news. Actor Arnold Schwarzenegger is opening himself up to his fans following his recent public appearance in Austria. From his childhood home to now as a museum, people are able to take a sneak peek into the space where the superstar spent his young days. 演员 Arnold Schwarzenegger 在奥地利的老家被改建成博物馆，目前阿诺也亲自去参观，受到很多民众的欢迎。
Arnold Schwarzenegger takes a trip down memory lane. Hundreds of fans gathered to see the Hollywood star in Austria as his childhood home was turned into a museum. Speaking in his native tongue, Schwarzenegger said the museum was now home to prized mementos.
Es ist ein kleines Haus hier hinter uns. Es ist ein altes Haus. Es ist neu gestrichen, gelb gestrichen. It
is a small house that stands here behind us. It is an old house. It has been repainted in yellow and freshly renovated, but it was here that I spent my youth days. You all know that you can see lots of things behind these walls now, the things that were very important in my life that played a big role in my life. For example, the first weight that I lifted, or the Terminator model, or the desk from the governor's office in Sacramento.
The 64-year-old says he hopes the story of his transition from bodybuilder to movie star to politician will inspire others.
It is my great wish that everyone that visits this museum fully understands that everyone can be successful in their own way. Everyone. Stay hungry. Stay hungry.
Stay hungry.
Although Schwarzenegger was disgraced in the U.S. after admitting to an affair with his housekeeper, some fans like Bronco Kirk still say he's a good role model.
Schwarzenegger, kad je moj prijatelj, imenuje se, imam motoklub Terminator, legenda motorja.
The former California governor is now working on his second autobiography.
And now to other news, a Michael Forever tribute concert over the weekend, which was supposed to shed a light on the controversy surrounding the King of Pop's death, created even more drama. Some of the siblings of the late star didn't see eye to eye on holding the massive event in Wales while the criminal trial is ongoing, and opposed the timing of the show by not attending it. 今年 Michael Jackson 的演唱会周末才刚结束，但是传出有几位 Michael Jackson 的兄弟姐妹不是很满意，认为在审判 Dr. Murray 的时候办演唱会不是很适合。
I want you to welcome to the stage the heirs to the throne, Michael's children, Prince, Paris, and Blanket Jackson.
Dressed in their father's signature Thriller style, Michael Jackson's children honored the pop star in front of a crowd of 50,000 fans at the Michael Forever tribute.
Very happy to introduce our father on this special night.
We're very happy to be here on this special night to honor our father.
Prince, now 14 years old, introduced Beyonce.
She gave of her time, talent, and energy to be part of this night's event.
Jackson's brothers belted out his biggest hits along with stars like Christina Aguilera and Leona Lewis.
He shared his soul with all of whom would listen.
While Jackson's sister LaToya, his mother Catherine, seen here in the audience, and three brothers were big supporters of the event, Janet, Jermaine, and Randy were no-shows. That's because the tribute has apparently ignited a family feud. Jermaine and Randy released a statement in July calling the event inappropriate. We find it impossible to support an event that is due to take place during the criminal trial surrounding Michael's death. And it has been a rough 10 days for members of the Jackson family, forced to relive Michael's final moments during Conrad Murray's manslaughter trial. Friday, the court heard this informal police interview with Murray, giving a timeline of the restless night after Michael Jackson's final rehearsal for his This Is It tour.
Once Michael arrives, what takes place?
Tired and fatigued, and I treated like I'm a machine.
Murray claims the star begs him for the milky white drug propofol Jackson called milk.
He said, please give me some so that I can sleep.
But Murray says after Jackson fell asleep, he left the room for only a couple of minutes. When he returned, he says Jackson was unconscious. Within hours, the pop star was declared dead.
The trial has entered its third week with more witnesses to take the stand in the Los Angeles courtroom, and we will keep you posted when we have more information about the Jackson case. Now to movie news, what's new and what's earning good cash in theaters right now? We know for a fact that Hugh Jackman has topped the weekend's box office with his latest action film, Real Steel, after convincing the audience that he's a true fighter and a deadbeat dad. 下面带你来看看北美的票房 ，Hugh Jackman 主演的《钢铁擂台》冲上了排行榜冠军，而且还有可能会继续保持第一。
Jackman's new flick, Real Steel, scored an easy victory over other new releases this past weekend as robots punched their way to the top of the box office. Real Steel raked in an estimated $27.3 million in 19 foreign markets this weekend, making a $49.4 million global debut. With mixed but generally positive reviews from critics, the film is expected to continue to bring in more moviegoers in the weeks to come. Opening in second place was the political thriller The Ides of March, with a not-so-satisfying $10.4 million ticket sale. Even with very good reviews from critics, the election film starring Ryan Gosling and George Clooney, who also directed the film, did not attract audiences as expected. The Sony release received only a B grade from Cinema Score.
What do you think, Steve?
Weekend's winner, Dolphin Tale, eased 34% to $9.13 million for a total of $49 million at number 3. Its total earnings are still slightly behind Brad Pitt's flick Moneyball, which dipped 38% to $7.45 million for a total of $49.2 million. The cancer comedy 50-50 enjoyed the best hold among last weekend's 4 new releases, dipping only 36% to an estimated $5.5 million. The Summit release has collected a modest $17.3 million in 10 days and hopes to reach the $30 million mark. Starred by Daniel Craig, Rachel Weisz, and Naomi Watts, Universal's Dreamhouse dropped 45% after its lousy debut to an estimated $4.5 million for a 10-day tally of only $14.5 million at number 8. Apparently, the combined stars still failed to save the Dreamhouse from its awful box office results.